ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive.
It is Wednesday, February 5th. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. We're beginning a little early this afternoon as we're getting set for National Signing Day. The Thundering Herd holding a press conference in just a few moments at the university. We will join that press conference live from Coach Tony Gibson as Marshall announcing its signing class and, of course, all of the newcomers that will be joining the football program. So we will carry that live. Then later on, we will get your text in. Our text line this hour brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop is 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We've got a lot to get into today. Marshall University wrapping up a press conference announcing its new women's volleyball coach, and Heather Stout named the 13th head coach for Marshall Volleyball. She, prior to being assistant coach with the Thundering Herd, she was the head coach at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. for 4 years. She's also a product of Glenville State. So we'll get more into her hiring today. And, of course, it is National Signing Day. We've got a lot to be excited about as football announcing its signees and talking about what that process has been under new head coach Tony Gibson. So we're going to join that in just a few moments. And again, we're going to carry it in its entirety. We will keep it commercial free. So if you are wanting to listen to the entire press conference, we've got you covered. So until then, we're going to keep it here. You can text in now. Go ahead. We'll get that going. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're in a holding pattern, just waiting for everyone to start taking the stage so we can begin the press conference in its entirety. For those of you just joining us at our normal time, we are getting set for the press conference for Marshall University. Sports Information Director Grant Traylor has taken the podium, and we are going to now join that.
All right, everybody. As I said earlier, thank you all so much for being here. It is an exciting day, and so many sports that we get to touch, so many members of the family that we get to meet today. I've gotten to meet a lot of these guys and couldn't be happier to work with them as we get started in the 2025 football season, and really look forward to these guys' success. Some of them I've met, some of them I covered in high school when I was on the other side, so making me feel a little bit old. But we're going to get started with Coach Gibson's portion here in just a second. Just go over the run of show really quick. Coach Gibson will be up here and speak, and he'll go over several topics. Once we're done, I will be in the back with the mic. Media members will do the we'll do the brief Q&A with Coach Gibson. Once that is done, coaches and players in attendance will be available to media members for one-on-one interviews. So if you have a request, just let me know. I hope that's not my car. But they wouldn't get anything if it was. It's okay. But anything that the media members need after we get done with this portion, just let me know and I'll accommodate and we'll get the guys to you. So without anything further, here's Coach Gibson.
First off, thank you all for coming out today. It's going to be hard to follow Heather. She's pretty bright. Glenville's gotten a lot better with their education since I left. But she's awesome, and I know she wants to be here. I had a good talk with her today, and I know she's excited. So first off, I want to thank our staff. Our staff made all this happen. We got in here December 9th, got to hire a few guys, a few gals, and we went to work. The directive was, hey, we got to build this roster back up. How are we going to do it? And obviously, we hit the portal running and did a really, really good job. But could not have done this without the staff. And not only our staff, but our academic staff, our training staff, our admissions. Just everybody pitched in and went to work and made all this happen. So I really appreciate all that. Moving on now, we have 62 new players on our roster. Some are big, some are small, and a lot are ugly. but they've been here. 48 transfers and 14 high school kids we signed in this class. So we did honor all the scholarships the previous staff signed. We wanted kids that wanted to be at Marshall, Don't know if you all know the rule, but as a new head coach, at any time for a year, I could cut anybody on the roster, incoming, guys that are on the roster. We do not want to do that. We want people that want to be here, want to be a part of our program. Some left, and a lot stayed from the signing class. So we're excited to start working with some of those guys. But 53 of the 62 are here right now. So we have about 110 players working out every day, getting ready for spring ball. We have 9 more that will be here in June that are finishing out their high school careers now. So a lot of the guys that we targeted either had prior relationships with from recruiting them out of high school or maybe out of a junior college. A lot of us coach some of the guys that are here with us. So there were some connections. There were some we didn't know that we got to know in a hurry. Big Tyler there, he got stuck in a snowstorm. We wouldn't let him live. We took him to Applebee's. And, there were a few of them in that trip. And we got him, I think, was at 5 for 5 on the menu at Applebee's, and he was sold. So, stay with us. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through, obviously I'm not going to go through all 62 names because we do have a basketball game at 9 p.m. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the high school kids we signed. Today we signed 2, and then we had some enroll in December. So I'm going to go over them, and then I'm going to open up for questions and then allow you all to speak to our guys. They're great young men. They're going to represent this place the right way, I promise you that. And they're excited to be here. So with that, I'm going to start out. We signed 2 of the best players in the state of West Virginia today. The first young man is Jalen Abercrombie from Spring Valley High School. Had 53 catches, 1,042 yards, 14 touchdowns, was first team All-State. Played on all 3 phases, offense, defense, special teams, returner. He's very explosive. We're going to play him as slot receiver. But we're excited about Jalen. He is a great young man, and he bleeds Kelly Green, I promise you. The first day he came over, we offered, talked for a little bit, and I mean, he was excited and wanted to be a part of this. And all it took was us just to make the effort to talk to him and offer him, and he jumped on over. So we're really excited about him. The next young man is Coy Fagan, quarterback at Martinsburg, 6'1", 180 pounds. This young man, I think, maybe lost 1 or 2 games his whole high school career. His season stats this year, 2,264 yards passing, almost 2,000 rushing, had 61 total touchdowns, state champion game MVP. He won 4 West Virginia Player of the Year awards, captain, All-State, first team captain, and he's a 4.5 GPA, so I don't know who the hell's going to coach him. So that's mine and Coach Smith's GPA combined. But we'll figure that out. We'll find a way. We have another young man, Anthony Quinn from Fayetteville, North Carolina, running back, 6 foot, 200-pound running back. Played at Raven Gap High School in Georgia. Won a state championship there. Was first team All-State and was his conference athlete of the year. So we're excited about Anthony as well. He is on campus with us now. He's a high school kid. Andrew Dudley, offensive lineman from Tempe, Arizona. Stayed there through his junior year. He's 6'3", 300 pounds. Was the first team All-Region, All-City in Arizona. Left his senior year with the IMG Academy in Florida. Played for their national team. He is also a mid-year enrollee, and we're excited about him. He's got a bright future here. Cam Natai, DB from Germantown, Maryland, 6'2", 175-pound DB. Was very productive, 3 interceptions, 2 pass breakups, and 27 tackles his senior year. So Cam is also on campus working out. He did not get introduced in the last class, but did sign early. So that's why I wanted to mention Cam. Eli Kaufman, offensive lineman from Ohio, 6'4", 280 pounds. The second team All-State in Ohio. He is enrolled, working out right now with the team, and is ready to go for spring ball. Sharon White, he may be the smallest guy, but maybe one of the fastest guys on our roster. He's 5'8", 170, from Ohio, first team all-district, had 16 total touchdowns and 1,500 all-purpose yards this year. So he's very explosive. We're excited about him. Now we're going to move on to the transfer portal, and I'm just going to give you position breakdown. Again, a lot of these guys are here. Every position group is represented today, so you guys can ask them a bunch of questions and get to know them. So DB-wise, we signed 12 new DBs. 10 of those guys were transferred, and the 2 high school kids that we signed earlier. Defensive line, we had 9 defensive linemen that we added to it, 8 transfers and 1 high schooler. Linebackers, we had 10, 8 transfers, 2 high school. Offensive line, 9, 5 transfers, 4 high school. Okay, we have 2 specialists that came in with us. One is here today. Ian is here. He played for the University of Texas, so he made it pretty deep in the college football playoff. Started school about a week late. Got here, but he's ready to roll now. And he's with you today, so you guys get to talk with him. 5 quarterbacks added with 4 transfers and 1 high school kid. Running backs, we had 3 total that we signed, 2 transfers and 1 high school. And then wide receivers, probably the biggest hit to our roster. We lost a lot of wide receivers. We signed 11, 9 transfers and 2 high school kids. So, but I'm really proud of where we're at. I'm really proud of how these guys present themselves around campus. I've got more compliments from different people in restaurants, teachers. Grant today, just tell me, he reached out to all these guys, hey, here's what we need to wear, where you need to be. Every guy replied right back, so I appreciate you all for that. And I know these young men are going to represent us the right way. And I'm proud of them, and now it's time to get to work. All the stuff's over, and now we're looking forward to March 4th, and we have a lot of work to do to get to that point. And I assure you we're going to do that. But with that being said, what I'd like to do is open it up. Any questions you all may have for me, and then we'll turn it over to the players.
Yeah, just to expound on what Coach said really quick as well. I put out that text message to 24 people yesterday, and within 12 minutes I had 18 replies. That speaks to the character of the young guys that are coming in, and for that I want to publicly thank you guys, because that means a lot. That shows your commitment to us, and we appreciate it. Question?
Hey Coach, 48 transfers is just an astounding number to come in such a short time since you've been here. What is something in common that you can think of with all the transfers that you wanted to bring into Marshall?
Well, what I like about them is they all want an opportunity, and they want to compete, and they want to win. And the things that we talked to, every one of these guys sat in my office with me, and the common theme was, nobody said, Coach, what about money? What about this? What about that? It's, Coach, I want an opportunity to come to a place that I know we can win. And that's what they all have in common. They're hungry, and they want to come here and carry on the tradition of what was built here before us. And obviously, they want to leave it better than they found it.
Coach, is it still a recruiting philosophy, also relationships and trust? I mean, as a coach, that hasn't changed with NIL and portal. You got to convince them this is where they want to be?
That's never going to change. And for us, again, a lot of these guys that are sitting here today have prior relationships. There's a lot of guys that went other places that we recruited. And see, where I'm going to get them back, Keith, is in these morning runs. See, they don't know that yet. When they told me no the first time, then they come back and we're going to get them. We're going to make them pay for that. So, but yeah, it's all about that relationship and trust in us. And I told these guys, our philosophy as a staff is we're going to coach them hard, love them hard. And when they know that they can trust us and we can trust them, then that's how you build your culture.
Coach, just about all of you guys online visiting various schools throughout the state, was there a bit of intent in terms of seeking out players from here, kind of similar to what you had when you built the staff together?
Yes, and that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. 7 of the 11 full-time coaching staff members have a tie to the state of West Virginia, Ward Marshall University. And our first time we were allowed on the road because the dead period changed was a few weeks ago in January. And we hit all 55 counties and every school in the state that has football. we were in those buildings or talking. Now, we got caught in a snowstorm, so some were phone calls, meeting in restaurants, whatever it may be. But we're going to own this state, and we're not going to let the good players leave this state or go to that school up north if I have anything to do with it. I promise you that.
Coach, you got some legacy players too. Some of their dads played here. How much of an attraction was that for them and for you to welcome them?
Yeah, that's big time. Any time that you could, their dads have blood and bricks. So if I call Aaron Ferguson, I know what he's going to tell me. Do whatever you need to do to get him right, Coach. And so we're looking forward to that. And those guys understand the culture here and winning here and all those things. And again, they want to be here.
Coach Zach Brown with WCHS TV. You have a ton of new players on this roster, as has been reiterated. What are some of the challenges that do lie ahead in terms of getting everybody on the same page, and how confident are you that you guys are going to be able to do that?
Yeah, I'm very confident. That's why we were hired here, to be able to do that. And that's the landscape of college football right now. And both sides have to be willing to do it. They have to be willing to learn our schemes and fit in. Some of them know our schemes. Some of them played for me at NC State. Some played for Coach Smith at Jack State. So we've got guys that came in here understanding a little bit that will help their teammates out. And we have to just continue to build this bond. And part of our culture is, and I keep telling them, it's all about the brotherhood of this game. And we have to bond together and gel. And that's what spring ball's for. We have to see where we're at after spring ball. Yeah, I was on a Zoom today, and somebody said, "What's your expectation?" My expectation is to win all 12 games. Don't care who we're playing, where we're playing, what we're playing. That's our goal. Now, can I guarantee you that? No. The one thing I will guarantee you is we're going to be the toughest team out on the field, and we're going to hit people in the mouth on defense, and we're going to run by people on offense. And we're going to do everything in our power to make that happen. And I know they will as well.
Coach, I guess just in your experience with recruiting, with this being such a highly touted class, just where does this rank in terms of the efforts you've had over the years, and any specific unique challenges, or was it just a lot of fun?
Yeah, this is by far exceeded the expectation. When I was here December 15th, 16th, and you would ask me, could we put this kind of class together? No. And we just kept working and kept bringing guys in, and everybody, again, in that building, in the shoe, we pulled together and it made it happen. And it's all about these guys. It's not, they wanted to be a part of this, and they helped us recruit other guys. Hey, I got a teammate here, I got this. And we have some guys that were here before and left for different reasons, wanted to come back. So obviously we wanted them back. And, but this is by far, the amount of guys we did, and people say, well, you guys should have a high-ranked class. You had so many guys that, well, let me tell you, we got quality, not quantity. I promise you that. And in a lot of different ways. The character of our young men, the way they work, they want to win, they want to be here. So that means more to me than anything else.
Alrighty. Well, it doesn't seem like we have anything further from the media, so Coach, thank you very much. And we will break it down now.
One more thing, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Well, two things, actually. Just tell everybody that you guys know, April 12th, we want this thing packed for the spring game to see these guys, because they're going to work. And I want you guys to be the first ones to see it. And then the second thing is, if everybody could look at Coach McDowell. Come up here, Coach. I'm talking to Christian to try to get this in our budget. I want to make our coaches and players wear this on our first road game in Georgia. What do you guys think? Thumbs up or not?
And that seems to conclude today's formal presentation from Coach Tony Gibson as the Thundering Herd presenting its recruiting class, National Signing Day, an event going on right now at the at the Big Green Room at Joan C. Edwards Stadium. We appreciate everyone making this possible for us to carry it live today. I'm your host, Paul Swann. This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. We've got more from earlier in the afternoon. Marshall University making the announcement of Heather Stout as the new head coach of the Marshall volleyball team. We will hear her remarks when we continue, and we will hear from you. Our Clark's Pump and Shop text line this hour, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. More on this edition of The Drive coming up, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Fly high and drive strong with the all-new Cardinal Chevrolet and Hurricane. Shop the inventory of over 300 new Chevrolets and used vehicles starting below $20,000. Cardinal Chevrolet off the Hurricane exit of I-64 and online at cardinalchevy.com.
Hey, Tri-State. Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. If you're a sports fan, we have what you want. From the biggest game in professional football, NBA, NCAA basketball, and the NHL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials we have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check us out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Now is the time to add on a new bathroom or remodel your old one with the latest up-to-date bathroom fixtures from Mutual Wholesalers, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Come in today to Mutual Wholesalers' beautiful showroom and see how your new bathroom will look. Check out Acre by Max. Have a new bathroom this year. Mutual Wholesalers, locally owned and operated, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Call 304-525-9118.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the Tri-State. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Fly high and drive strong with the all-new Cardinal Chevrolet and Hurricane. Shop the inventory of over 300 new Chevrolets and used vehicles starting below $20,000. Cardinal Chevrolet off the Hurricane exit of I-64 and online at cardinalchevy.com.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Countless victims of human trafficking walk among us, invisible until now. The Blue Campaign provides a unified voice for those who work to combat human trafficking. It's time to open our eyes. Learn what you can do by visiting dhs.gov.
This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Miss an episode? Catch it anytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to our Wednesday edition of The Drive here at ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line this hour, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255, brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. We're going to get to all of your questions coming up. I did get a couple of questions asking about the recruiting class ranking. Right now, Rivals, I believe, has got Marshall as the number 2 transfer class. There was a couple additions high school-wise, announced earlier. So we don't have all of the rankings just yet, but it's highly regarded right now. So I think it's going to be a productive spring. We'll see what happens, though, come the fall. That's going to be the big indicator there. We've seen classes recruited and be regarded really well and then not perform. So I think it's a good sign that there's a lot of regard, and I know the previous coach was really big on waving that around, how big the herd got, but I think this is more of we're focusing on quality, bringing guys in that fit the culture. I don't know if the rankings really matter, but it's well regarded as a class. So long answer short, we don't have all the stars just yet, but I think we've got a good class here, and we'll break down more about these individuals as the week progresses and next week as well. There was another announcement that came just a few minutes before Coach Gibson took the stage and right before we went on the air. Marshall University announcing that Heather Stout, former assistant coach of the Thundering Herd, now elevated to head coach, will be the 13th head coach for the Marshall volleyball program. She was an assistant coach last season. She, prior to Marshall, was the head coach at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. She also has that in-state Glenville connection. She was a player for the volleyball team at Glenville State. She was a team captain as well. So she has that Glenville State connection. She has that connection to Marshall University. And we're going to pick up with her comments. She spoke to the media right before Coach Gibson's presser began. And of course, you heard Coach Gibson talk about her earlier. Very complimentary of the hire. Of course, you've got that Glenville State connection going on. Here are the comments from new Marshall volleyball coach Heather Stout.
I would like to thank President Smith, Christian, and Beatrice for this amazing opportunity. I feel honored to lead this program, and I look forward to working together and building something special here at Marshall. I would also like to thank Tony Gibson for letting me share today and be a part of his signing day. What an amazing start to his first few months at the Rome. No surprise in his generosity to me, because that is what pioneers do. And I hope I can extend the favor in the future to you, Coach, so thank you. First, I'd like to say that I wouldn't be here today without my family. I hate that my mom couldn't be here today as she's homesick, but I'm so very thankful that I could share this special moment with my dad. It is perfect because he is the person who introduced me to the sport of volleyball. He served our country as a United States Marine, and during his time, he was stationed in Okinawa, Japan. He picked up volleyball where he was traveling, training, and competing, and he ended up making the All-Marine team. I come from a family of coaches. I feel that they have paved the way for me to be here today. My mother was the men's basketball and volleyball coach at my local high school, as well as my father and uncles of coaches of football, basketball, and AAU teams in our local community. I spent my childhood years at family dinners chatting about practice, game planning, and watching film. Needless to say, my family has stood behind me and they've built me for this moment. I would also like to say I wouldn't be here without my pioneer family at Glenville State. I went to Glenville at the age of 17, and I instantly fell in love with this great state of West Virginia. I am so grateful that I get to witness it here with a community that truly cares about its people of Huntington. To Macy, my assistant, thank you for your loyalty, your commitment, and your integrity to me in this program. I can't think of a better role model for these women. They get to look up to you every single day. And I am so excited for the work that we are about to get to do together, and I can't wait to see what we accomplish. To Caitlin, the dedication that you made to this program and university, Marshall Volleyball is better because of you. And I'm so proud of you and grateful that you stayed here today to be a part of this. It means everything to me. Thank you. To our alums, a few here today, thank you. To the 5 that have just finished our program, I can say I stand here a better coach and a better person because of you. I want you all to know this is and will always be your home. I want you to be around to share memories of your time in that Kelly Green. Stopping by practice, sending us off for our matches. We want you to be a part of all things Marshall. And I look forward to meeting all of you and hearing stories about your time at Huntington. To the women of this program, how you 10 have handled yourself during this time, no coach could ask for better. You know, I can stand up here and talk about X's, I can stand up here and talk about O's, I can talk about how we're gonna win. But your character, you 10 have outstanding character. You can't coach that, and I hope to make you proud each and every day. You all have put your trust in me, in this administration, and one another, and you have never wavered from that. You put your head down and you continue to work hard in the gym and in the weight room. These last few weeks, the joy that we felt, the laughter, the smiles, the happiness, and the work that you've shown me as a coach is all I can ask for. I'm looking forward for us to create something special all here together. Marshall Volleyball is on the rise, and it's because of you 10. What the community can expect from me is you'll get to see the best of me every single day. You will see me and our program around this community of Huntington. We will be supporting, assisting, and helping in any way possible. This department, I look forward to working with this amazing team of people and supporting my fellow coaches and their programs on the court and in the field. My vision for this program is simple. We're going to compete in everything that we do. In the classroom, community service, and in our training. We will train at an elite level and bring back Sun Belt Conference championships to Huntington. I am again so honored to be your head coach, and I look forward to the future success of Marshall Volleyball. Thank you, and go Herd.
Comments just a few minutes before the football presser from new volleyball coach Heather Stout. We'll get your text in, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That is our Clark's Pump and Shop text line. So how do you feel about the day so far? You've been happy with everything you've seen as far as football is concerned. What do you think about the hire for volleyball? I know there has been some concern that the volleyball program isn't where it should be, and it's dropped in quality. Used to be a very competitive program, and now over the last few years, it hasn't really lived to its potential. Do you feel that this is going to be the right direction for the Marshall volleyball team? Did Marshall hit a home run? A single, a double, a triple. We'll use baseball terms. We got spring training coming up soon. What do you think of the new hire for Marshall volleyball? And, of course, how do you feel that Coach Gibson's doing so far, the state of Marshall football as we speak? Where do you like where the herd is at the moment? Our text line, again, brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. It's 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. This is The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union has been serving the Huntington community for 70 years and is proud to announce our newest location in Lavalette is now open. Wayne County residents, you now have access to a modern banking facility, a full range of services, advanced technology, expert financial advice, and even a smart coffee kiosk cafe. Learn more about Metro Community Federal Credit Union online at metrocommunityfcu.com or visit us today on 5th Street Road.
Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the tri-state. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Buddy's All-American Barbecue is now in Milton. Enjoy all your favorite Buddy's classics like pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more on East Main Street in Milton. Buddy's All-American Barbecue, the home of great barbecue, ice-cold beer, and killer wings in Huntington and now in Milton.
Get ready for the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl. Kendrick Communications is proud to be the exclusive radio home of Super Bowl 59. Whether you're heading to or from the party, we're bringing the game to you right here on this station. Pre-game coverage starts at 5 as the Chiefs and Eagles go head-to-head in the ultimate showdown. Don't miss a second of the thrilling play-by-play coverage. Super Bowl 59 from your locally owned and operated Kendrick Communications family of stations.
It is Truck Month at Mark Porter Ford, and no one sells Ford trucks for less than the Car Ferry. 2024 F-150 save $12,000 in savings. 2024 Super Duties 4.9 for 72 months and $7,000 off over 100 pickups in stock. 2024 full-size Broncos up to $7,000 off most models. Want easy? Ask about remote delivery. Shop 24 hours markporterford.com. Big selection? See why we crush the competition. Why pay more? Shop Route 32 and Mayhew Road, Jackson, Ohio. Over 400 used vehicles to choose from at markporterauto.com. Sale ends March 3rd.
Hey dude, artificial intelligence is awesome. I have an idea. Why don't we use artificial intelligence to find the best male enhancement product out there? AI knows everything.
Great idea. Asking it now.
The best male performance product for the bedroom is Knox 47 hands down. Knox 47 is rated at the top. Developed with highest quality ingredients, it's like the little blue pill on steroids. No prescription needed.
Knox 47? That's great. Do you know if this male enhancement product works right away?
Yes, Knox 47 is instant male performance. Knox 47 works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Right now, Knox 47 is giving away free bottles.
Find out how to get Knox 47 for free. Call now, 800-617-1621. That's 800-617-1621. Free bottles for limited time. Call now, 800-617-1621. 800-617-1621.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Countless victims of human trafficking walk among us, invisible until now. The Blue Campaign provides a unified voice for those who work to combat human trafficking. It's time to open our eyes. Learn what you can do by visiting dhs.gov/.
Hi, this is Dave Wilson, host of Metro News Talk Line, and you're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Our text line this hour brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Welcome back to today's edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. We're going to get you some player interviews in just a few moments. We're getting some back now from the event that just wrapped up at the Big Green Room. It's National Signing Day. Thundering Herd making its announcement of its signing class. And if you missed that, we'll have that on our podcast feed with the rest of the show coming up after 6 o'clock for those of you tuning in. So we'll have some interviews in just a few minutes. We're getting those lined up as we speak. And, of course, we have got until then the text line open for you. And, again, it's 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. Don't forget, we've got basketball coming up tonight. We've got a late one in store for everyone. The Thundering Herd taking on Arkansas State. This is a nationally televised event, but you know the best way to follow along is tune in to 93.7 The Dog or ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 for the game. We go on the air 8 o'clock with our pregame coverage. Looking forward to it then. We'll talk Marshall and Arkansas State with you. And, of course, after the game, depending on the outcome, it might be a long night or it might be a nice quick ride home. A lot of people will be probably a little tired for this one. So the question is, how many of you are actually going? How many of you are just going to stay home, watch this one on TV, listen to it on the radio? How many of you are going to go and then maybe leave at halftime? What's your game time plans look like tonight? It's a televised game. How many of you are going to be in full attendance? How many of you are going to just stick around for a little bit? How many of you are just going to stay home, watch it from the comfort of your TV, or if it's going to be a late night for you, from the comfort of your bedroom? 304-396-TALK is our text line, 304-396-8255. We are due one more commercial break. We will come back. We'll have a couple of player interviews if we've got those ready. And we'll get your texts when we continue on this edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 in AM 930.
You've cut back on everything and you're still coming up short at the end of the month. Give your local State Farm agent a call for a free discount double check. They'll show you how something as simple as combining car and home policies can save you hundreds of dollars a year. Being there to help keep more of your money is why your local State Farm agent is here. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In Huntington, John Garden, 304-525-1116. And in Barbersville, Marcia Slater, 304-736-6100.
At Poca Valley Bank, a handshake can still mean the start of a great relationship. We've been greeting customers with a handshake since 1908. Why settle for less? If you're purchasing your first home or planning for your future, Poca Valley Bank is here to support you with personalized service and local expertise. They are your trusted advisors. Why settle for less when you can experience banking with a team that truly cares? Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Visit PocaValleyBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. If you're a sports fan, we have what you want. From the biggest game in professional football, NBA, NCAA basketball, and the NHL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials we have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check us out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, HIMS can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Well, hello, everybody. It's the big day. You need appliances, and you need a champion. And that champion is M&K Appliances in Proctorville. Let's check the starting lineup at M&K. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, ranges, and microwaves. All at M&K Appliances in Proctorville. Whoa, Nelly. M&K also has service and parts for all major brands. They've been serving the Tri-State since 1982. Don't fumble the opportunity. See M&K Appliances in Proctorville. Call 740-886-7795. Online at mnkmaytag.com. Oh, Nelly.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
You're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
304-396-TALK is our Clark's Pump and Shop text line. Paul Swann, your host here on today's edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Today, National Signing Day. Earlier, we heard from Coach Gibson. Our very own Bill Cornwell is on the scene, and he has sent us a few interviews from the event. First up, transfer from West Virginia, offensive lineman. We all know him. We all love him from Spring Valley, Bryce Biggs. Here's Bill Cornwell with Mr. Biggs.
Bryce, a lot of people here in the tri-state happy that you're kind of back home. Talk about the decision to come and play one final year at Marshall.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm from the area, so I'm familiar with the program. I'm familiar with the love and the passion that the locals have for this program and people all around the state. And so the moment that I entered the portal, I was just absolutely flowered with love and, people wanting me to come back home. And the passion is here, especially, with the new coaching staff all being tied to West Virginia and Coach Gibson. It was absolutely astonishing to just see the culture of the fan base and, Huntington, West Virginia come alive, with all of that. So the moment that I entered, I knew exactly where I needed to be.
Spring Valley Timberwolves, 5 former Spring Valley players on this roster, Bryce, and everybody knows about the tradition with the linemen at Spring Valley. And, of course, Owen Porter was a hero here. I mean, talk about that legacy.
Well, Spring Valley is right just 5 minutes away from here. So this is in the backyard there. It is every kid's dream that goes to Spring Valley and even the other schools to play at Marshall University. So, being able to do that, it's something, something really, really special. And like you said, there's 5 guys that are back here now playing. My buddy Evan Ferguson, he's a big-time player here. I'm really excited to play next to him. Once again, we played next to each other in high school. But that Spring Valley Timberwolf mentality, being over there, being tough, gritty, we're bringing it along with us. And hopefully we can spread that culture here with a lot of the new guys. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of transfers, but having a couple Spring Valley guys on the roster is definitely going to help gel some guys together.
I mean, just like yourself who came from a Power 4 school, there are tons of guys that are going to be on this offensive line coming from Power 4 schools, guys that obviously had the chops to play there. It's got to be exciting to you guys to kind of team together here at Marshall.
It's going to be something special. I mean, we've got a lot of seasoned vets that are coming from across the country, north, south. It doesn't really matter. We've got a lot of guys. Like I said, there's so many transfers coming in, but what I've noticed is a lot of them are, juniors, seniors, grad transfers. So like I said, there's a lot of seasoned vets. And when you have that, you've got a lot of experience. And I think you're going to see that on the field, especially once we gel together, once we get close, the brotherhood, once it's, well established, which isn't too far away. We're all getting together, and hanging out outside of here. But it's really, really special seeing what happens when you get a lot of seasoned guys together.
That's Bryce Biggs, the Spring Valley product, transferring from West Virginia, now a member of the Thundering Herd. We got time for one more. And, of course, let's go with the quarterback. Transfer from UConn, quarterback Zion Turner. He was with our Bill Cornwell just a few moments ago.
Zion, welcome to Marshall, number 1.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
You think about it, a couple years ago, you're playing against Marshall in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. It's been an interesting couple of years for you.
Right. It has, and I'm just very grateful to be here. Very, very grateful for the opportunity, and I've learned a lot since that game, and I'm ready to play for the Herd.
One thing for sure is I remember that bowl. there was a lot of green in the stands that day. They had to make an impression on you.
Sir, it did. And I definitely remember how well the fans traveled, and the atmosphere of that game was very tremendous, and it was definitely a game I remember.
Well, you were with Coach Smith down at Jacksonville State last year. Talk about, his coaching and what fans could expect offensively.
Oh, I mean, Coach Smith is a tremendous coach, and we were able to establish a relationship at Jack State, and watching and being there for the things that Coach Smith was able to accomplish at Jack State, it was very amazing to see, and you would definitely see a very high-powered, really fast offense. We like to up the tempo and put the defense on their heels. You know what I'm saying?
Just watching how you guys are interacting with others today, it seems already there's a closeness with this group.
Yes, sir. And we've already started training, and the chemistry's already there. The leaders are definitely taking our place, and we're training hard and looking forward to our season. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Bill. We appreciate that. Of course, for Jacksonville State, as we mentioned, with UConn, and he was in 15 appearances. He made 15 appearances, completed 151 passes, 1,415 yards, 9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Of course, he's got to get that cleaned up, and I'm sure he has, and he remembers the herd well, and now he's part of the herd. We appreciate Bill Cornwell. We'll have more from the event tomorrow. Don't forget, we got basketball coming up later on tonight right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Thanks for tuning in. Special thanks today for Bill Cornwell, helping us out from the Big Green Room at Marshall. Also, special help today from Jason Toy. We appreciate him as well. Thanks for tuning in on this edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.